G'day viewers, here we are with the Train Sim World 4 update notes from the 31st of October. As usual, I'm reading you these notes to improve the accessibility of the information for those who can't or won't go to the forums to read it for themselves, and perhaps can't do it at all. So, the post is from DTG Alex, the community manager, who says, "Hello everyone, we've only got treats for you tonight." Of course it's Halloween, he'd say that. As we're going live with the following changes, starting with Steam and Epic platforms with consoles coming shortly afterwards. These improvements should be working their way to you over the next 24 hours, which means in theory everyone should have them by now. We're still continuing to take on your feedback, and this is the third of our post-release patch updates coming your way. The highlights are from Core. Fixed an issue with the front-facing external camera bouncing uncontrollably when moving through tunnels or under bridges. Fixed an issue where Mastery Challenge bars failed to update progress. Fixed an issue preventing PS5 trophies from being unlockable. East Coast Mainline for the Class 801 Zuma. Decals can now be placed on the far ends of the coaches in Livery Designer. Yay. Increased volume of the DVD alarm. Yay. Enabled gamepad interaction with the AWS control. Yay. Good for PS5 people anyway. Scotty! Enabled gamepad interaction with the AWS control. AWS warning and clear sounds can now play out the PlayStation controller speaker. Vectron. Adjustments to the starting brake modes. Improvements to cab lighting and functionality, and a wide range of various improvements and fixes. Antelope Valley. Upstairs seats will now count towards the take a seat objective in the introduction. You'd have to be awfully pedantic to report that, you really would. Let's go into the fully detailed changelog now. So if you think it's, too much, bye. But anyway, I'm sure you want the information. The full changes for Core are the main menu music will now be on by default. Reduced time opening route selection menu with many add-ons installed. Fixed issue whereby it was possible to duplicate timetable menus via the search bar. Fixed an issue where Mastery Challenge bars failed to update progress on East Coast Mainline and Vorarlberg. Fixed an issue with the front-facing external camera bouncing uncontrollably when moving through tunnels or under bridges. Fixed an issue preventing PS5 trophies from being unlockable. Modded .pack files should now work as expected within Train Sim World 4. I do note that that's actually been reversed, that particular mod. Pack change, so yeah. Free roam. Fixed a crash in free roam when attempting to delete a moving AI loco. Fixed an issue in free roam where the player would fall out of the world when removing a loco they are seated on. That was kind of funny actually. Photo mode. Fixed an issue where horn input was being triggered when accessing photo mode with the Shift plus space shortcut. Added the Shift plus space to the keyboard layout menu. East Coast Mainline. Improved water visuals across the route. Improved landscape and track materials with greater normal map definition. Class 801 Azuma. Decals can now be placed on far ends of coaches and Livery Designer. Increased source volume DVD alarm. Increase the controller volume multiplier to improve controller audio clarity. Antelope Valley. Upstairs seats now count towards the take a seat objective in the introduction. Improved water visuals across the route. Improved landscape and track materials with greater normal map definition. EMD F125 added exterior alerter audio. I thought it had that. Rotom cab cars added the external alerts functionality to the Rotom cab cars so they can be heard on the outside of the train. Vorarlberg. Improved track wetness visuals. Everybody likes a bit of wetness. Improved landscape and track materials with greater normal map definition. The OBB 4024 fixed an issue with the horn audio getting stuck when both horn buttons are used too quickly. That's people trying to play the Imperial March, no doubt. Passenger doors can no longer be opened whilst moving. Bummer. Vectron. Adjustments to the starting brake modes. Ooh, there's a lot of Vectron stuff. The Vectron should now start in brake mode G if the train weight exceeds 800 tonnes, otherwise P if the formation has freight wagons, or R if the train is a single locomotive or only has passenger wagons. The PZB mode will only switch between O, same conditions as R brake, or M otherwise. Various improvements to the cab lighting. Added a second spotlight component that illuminates the air conditioning panel. Corrected the behaviour of the reading light and cab light. Reading light requires the battery to turn on, the cab light illuminates regardless of the battery state. Increased the brightness of the cab and reading lights. Disabled input to the reading light fuse to match real life input. Added the PZB reverse status message. Added missing Schnellber Dirk Schnellfahrschalter CCD message. I butchered that a little. Implemented country-dependent quick release behaviour. In Germany, the quick release only fills the brake pipe to 5 bar and does not manually overcharge the brake pipe. Automatic overcharge is still active and boosts the EQ brake pressure to 5.2 bar. In other countries, quick release will allow the brake pressure to rise to 5.8 bar, and holding the lever in this position also overcharges the EQ or brake pipe up to 5.8 bar. Range of improvements to Vectron functionality and logic. Changed electric brake valve logic to be absolute, standard/old behaviour in Germany and relative in other countries. Implemented logic to force the train brake lever to skip step 1A if going from running to a higher step. Fixed an issue with the 1A, 1B notch logic of the train brake lever that sometimes made the train brake jump back to 1B when releasing it into 1A if the train brake has been moved to notch 2 or higher previously without stopping in 1A or 1B. Change the behaviour of the train length counter to turn off the function after 5 minutes of the train being stationary. Fixed an issue that caused the train length remaining number to get stuck if the train stopped before it had run out. Fixed the horn high-low fuses to be up when closed and down when open. Fixed the horn fuse labels that made the label always state open. Fixed the Ebola time and date display. Fixed an issue in the TDD overview page that made the total tractive effort number have a minus sign even when 0 if recently braking. Fixed PZB mode always showing 55 after switching from reverse to neutral forward till reconstruct. Fixed an issue with the road runner display. Fixed an issue where AFB would not flash on AFB activation. GSMR beep will now sound upon cab activation rather than moving the reverser to forward. Fixed an issue where the AFB would not sound when moving the reverser to neutral. Changed the BSAAS battery state to use the actual battery state rather than supply voltage. Implemented a trigger that sounds the ZBF alert when moving the reverser to forward with PZB enabled. Fixed an issue that made the transformer audio cut out when the MCB is opened and then closed above 40 km an hour. Fixed an issue that made it possible to change the PZB mode in the MFD settings page while the locomotive is running or PZB is in restrictive mode. That was quite a mouthful for the Vectron. Flying Scotsman, which is now out. So is the Vectron, actually, both out as individual DLCs. You could not get them individually before. Enabled the gamepad interaction with AWS Control. AWS Warning and AWS Clear sounds can now play out of the PlayStation controller speaker. Resolved issue with the AWS, whereby going over a clear magnet would play the warning end sound. Alarms can now be heard both inside and outside the cab. Implemented New Scotland chuffs from mainline recordings, so that's for the high-speed chuffs. Cajon Pass removed the branding for Snapple on the hot dog cart collectible. Luzerne Cersei fixed an issue resulting in a crash on Luzerne's Unexpected Express scenario. Great Western Express raised HSC driver's leak, seat camera by 10 centimeters following community feedback. Dispolock 182 updated sounds and logic for horns, updated the traction motor implementation and sounds. Please continue to send in your feedback after this patch has been deployed, and thank you for your continued support while we work on improvements. Enjoy your spooky evening. Of course, it was Halloween when this came out. Hey folks, this is from JD, him with the bells. To update, we've pushed a update on Steam to revert the mods patch of today's update. We believe this will bring mods back to where they were pre-update. Yes, unfortunately mods do break rather easily at the moment. Anyway, that's it for the update. So, stay tuned for more. And note that quite a bit of TSW4 and TSC are on sale right now, so if there's any bits that you wanted, go have a look. See if they're on sale for you. That's only on Steam, unfortunately, for those of you on console. Anyway, have fun, folks. See you later.